guys, what's up? It's me, V, and I'm back with another video. And if you're returning, welcome. Hey, how you doing? And if you're new, what's poppin'? Go and join the fam and go and subscribe to your girl and like this video. And at the end of the video, let me know what you think. As you can see by the title, this video is going to be about my experience leading up to and after the LPN test. If you don't know what LPN is, it means Licensed Practical Nurse Test. And for most schools, to get into their program, you have to take an entrance test and make a certain grade. For the school I go to, you had to pass with a certain number or higher in order to get through it. Now, when you go and take the test, you can't tell anybody about the test, this and that, or what's on it. So I'm not going to be talking about what's literally on the test. I cannot bring that up, but I will tell you my experience, how I felt, and how it led to that. To begin with this, I was one of those people that are always worried about tests, and I'm still one of those people. Now, I asked everyone questions about how it's gonna be, how was it. Some people said it was hard and it took them more than once to take it, and some people said that it was really easy. Personally, I thought the test was pretty easy. You can compare it to maybe the ACT or whatever. That's what I would compare it to. Like, if you don't know what the ACT is, it's like, well, you should know, because if you're going to college, you pretty much need an ACT. It's like a basic mental test with like math, science, and English and stuff. My TEAS test only had 2 portions. I think another version of the TEAS test is called NCLEX or something like that. That's for, I don't know if that's for RN or it has a different name in different states, but you know, at my school, I was really nervous. I went in, I took my test on the computer. I don't know if it makes a difference if you take it on paper, but even if I would have taken it on paper, I would have been prepared. So when I went to take my test, I read this book for my test. It's 5 TEAS practice tests. And I recommend this book for your LPN test or your TEAS test, because, and as you can see, it's the 3rd edition. Thumbnail. But yeah, as you can see, it's the 3rd edition. I didn't know which book to get, but I was actually recommended this book, and this book actually helped me a lot. My test had English and math portion. They were pretty simple questions, like very simple, because it was related to this book, and I did study and I did work on things. Like, my biggest achievement would be math, and my most worried, the one I stressed about, was how my English was going to go, because I did not know how the test looked. Now, people recommended me to start studying 3 months in advance, maybe, or 2 months. And if you do procrastinate and wait, which I don't recommend, then don't wait till like the night before. Wait maybe 2 weeks before. It depends on your IQ and how you view certain problems. Now, I did go through like the front of the book. In the front of the book, it gives you like you know, different things about what you might need for the test, what you might see, the scoring for the test, and what you can bring in terms of identity. Because I know a lot of people think other people are coming to take their test and it take them a minute to figure out who you are. For my test, I wrote down the things I needed for my TEAS test. Right here I wrote 2 number 2 pencils. You know, that's kind of the main thing, just in case you have to take the test on paper. I brought an extra eraser in case, you know, my eraser was messed up or it didn't erase good on my test for the paper. For my ID, I took a credit card and a driver's license. I took my driver's license because it had a picture ID of me and that could prove thoroughly who I was. I took a credit card just in case they needed a second proof of ID and they couldn't tell by the way I looked. For my test, I had to bring cash. So however much your test is, if they don't say bring check or anything, make sure you have your cash and your utensils and things on point when you get there, so that you'll be properly prepared and you'll be more worried about the test rather than leaving your stuff behind. I recommend getting your things together for your test done the night before and put it in like a safe area where you can see it. I put my pencils, my ID and all that right next to each other before I left out the door. I ate breakfast and I think that's a good idea too. If you don't have time to cook breakfast, then stop somewhere and get something off the dollar menu, because that will help. The test, I think you get 3 hours to take it maybe. It only took me maybe an hour or 2 or so, just because I took my time. And like I said, math is my strong point, so I feel like I did better in that. At my school, at the end of the test, I received my scores. I did receive the proper score for the test, so I did pass the test. They told me I had to wait maybe a few weeks, or in November, that's when I get my results. So it's November 1st today and I am currently waiting on my results. I'm so nervous to see if I get into the program. I repeat, I did pass the test. The email that they're going to send me is to tell me if I got into the program, so I have to keep everybody updated on that. But I just wanted to get on here and tell you about my experience and how I worked up to the days of the test and what I took, the books I used, and how I retrieved my information. It was a pretty nervous day, but with the LPN test, I feel like, in my opinion, I was more worried about the test and how I would do, rather than going in and relaxing and taking a deep breath. Now, I'm a person that before the test, I kind of have like a heart attack. You know, your heart be beating. Then when you get in the room, you gotta calm down. You have to stay calm and you have to focus. You just gotta get in there and do it, because if you don't, you'll never figure out what you made, or you will never feel like you did it to the best of your potential. I wanted to do it right the first time because I paid $75 for my test and cash, and I don't want to pay that again. So maybe that's the score that'll get me into the program. Now, at my school, they have their own personal ACT. So I have a 19 on the ACT through their program, but on my regular ACT I have an 18. So hopefully they catch that and they see that, and that will help me out too. When they gave me my paper towards the end, it had like the point system. They showed you how the point system would go. It's like the points you made on the test, and well, this is for my school. It's the points you made on the test and different points that can be added to that. I'm sorry, y'all, been drinking Coke, little acid reflux. You gotta work with me. And I had like an extra 1 or 2, maybe 3 points for already being in the CNA program, which is a certified nurse assistant, and already working in the field. So that gives you an advantage too, to rather if you get into the program. My thing with that is I just became full-time at my job. I do not know how the program will go. I do not know how many days a week I'm going to be there, but I can expect to be in there at least probably 4 to 5 days a week, and I am very mentally prepared for that, and I'm going to try my hardest. Like, in a real program, like, I've been procrastinating doing my prereqs, but in a real program, that's not anything to mess around with. I feel like I shouldn't have to over and retake a program. Once I get in there, I need to do right the first time when it happens. But yeah, this is my experience with my LPN test. I hope you enjoy. I hope this helps you out in the future. I hope this gives you a little advice. Thanks for watching. Remember, it's me, V. Like, comment, subscribe, and follow on all my social medias. I also stream on Twitch, so make sure you catch those too. Everything will be down in the description below. Peace.